Cardi B and Nicki Minaj has one of the most enduring rivalries in hip hop. Not because they're always fighting, but because the culture refuses to separate them. Every time either woman drops music, shows up on social media, or even breathes too loudly, the comparisons come right back. It's one of the most talked about dynamics in rap, but underneath the drama is something much bigger. Their rivalry tells us something deeper about how women in hip hop are treated, positioned, and pushed into competition in ways that men simply aren't. Let's break down what's really going on. Hi, my name is Jade, and welcome to Get Into the Black, where we explore life, business, and culture our way, from Puerto Rico to the world. If you're a kinsfolk, you know what to do. Hit that like button like it owes you money and drop a comment so I know you're awake. And for those of you who keep coming back and coming back and coming back, please make sure that you subscribe. Stop being a hater, watch it for free, support the cause. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers and we're trying to get there by the end of this year. So please help us out. We really, really appreciate it. Now with that being said, let's get into this video. From the moment Cardi B entered mainstream rap, people positioned her as Nicki Minaj's successor or her replacement. Not because either of them asked for that narrative, but because hip hop wasn't used to multiple women sharing the spotlight at the same time. So instead of celebrating Cardi's success on its own, the industry and the fans began treating everything she did as a direct response to Nicki. Nicki, who had been holding down the top spot for nearly a decade, suddenly had a new woman rising fast. And instead of seeing that as growth in women's hip hop, people saw it as a threat. This is where the tension really began. Long before a shoe was thrown, long before the subs, long before the tweets, long before Nicki Minaj and her cokehead rants. Cardi and Nicki didn't just become two successful female rappers. They became symbols in a longer cultural tug of war. To understand this rivalry, you have to understand the history. Hip hop has always made room for multiple men to thrive at once, beefing, collaborating, overlapping eras. But for women, the industry constantly pushed the idea that there could be only one queen at one given time. In the 80s, we had Roxanne Shante. She had peers, but labels only really pushed one. In the 90s, we had Lil' Kim versus Foxy Brown. It wasn't all organic, and the media really fueled that beef. In the 2000s, Nicki rose during a period where labels weren't investing in multiple female rappers. So by the time that Cardi blew up, that idea that there could only be one framework was still sitting in the background. The industry didn't evolve, so the culture defaulted back to comparison and competition. This isn't on Cardi, this isn't on Nicki, this is really on hip hop's old system. We also need to talk about the fan bases because they are bonkers. The Barbs and Barty Gang are out of control. Hip hop stans don't just support their favorite artists, they build identity around them. It becomes personal. So any little thing, a lyric, a photo, a like, a freaking Vogue tweet, a chart position, it becomes social media rewards, drama. The algorithm pushes the beef, so everybody gotta see it. If Cardi sneezes, fans analyze it as a fucking diss. If Nicki posts a freaking selfie, think pieces start forming in the comments. It becomes bigger than the artists themselves. The Feud becomes a living ecosystem fueled by engagement, media coverage, and stan loyalty, even on the quiet days. Now here's where the conversation gets deeper. When men beef in hip hop, like Drake versus Kendrick, Jay-Z versus Nas, people frame it as lyrical competition, artistic expression, or a cultural movement. But when women beef, the conversation turns into, oh, they're catty, jealous, emotional, oh, so messy. There's a built-in double standard where women in rap are expected to be friends, be polite, and not show aggression. But at the end of the day, these women are here to compete too. Meanwhile, men are celebrated for the same aggression women get punished for. It isn't just sexism, it's a system that limits how women are allowed to exist and display their creativity. And here's the part most people overlook: the music industry benefits financially when women in hip hop are divided. I mean, think about it. The Feud helps both of these artists trend. It helps drive streaming. It sells magazines, interviews, think pieces. It keeps fans fiercely loyal to their side. It prevents the women from forming alliances that could shift power. When two male rappers beef, they often end up collaborating or coexisting in the culture. I mean, that's where we got this whole idea that one day Drake and Kendrick will go do a performance together or take a picture of them hugging together. Because this tends to oftentimes happen. I mean, Jay-Z and Nas apologized and made up even after all that dick sucking. But with women, the tension lingers because the industry keeps packing the fire. It's profitable when female rappers are isolated. Unity doesn't sell nearly as well as conflict does for the women. But despite all of that, the system is changing. Look at the landscape today. We have Megan Thee Stallion, Rhapsody, Lotto, Ice Spice. I don't even know why I said Ice Spice. Just fucking take that shit off. Doja Cat, Glorilla, the City Girls. Women are everywhere in hip hop right now, and the culture is slowly shifting from one queen to many lanes. Cardi and Nicki's rivalry represents a transition between the old era, where one woman dominated, to a new era, where multiple women could exist at the top. Their feud is part of hip hop's growing pains. So at the end of the day, Cardi and Nicki Minaj rivalry isn't just about shade or tweets. It's about a culture that hasn't fully learned how to support multiple powerful women at the same time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think their feud is personal, or is it a result of the systems that they're in? And if you like this breakdown, you're going to like some of my other videos I have about hip hop. I'm actually going to link one at the end of this video, so stay tuned to the absolute end so that you can watch that video. With that being said, until next time, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay black. This is Jade, and you're watching Get Into the Black. Bye-bye.